Since you're a South Carolinian, Zeb, I was about to ask you, do you subscribe to that creed?
No, I mean,
you're pretty racist and homophobic.
had a bit of a.
Go support them. Also, go support Zeb.
You're seeing a force to the extremes, basically.
I do think
and
so,
there's
yeah.
there's a center that's not going to exist, or is becoming less populated.
I did an interview with him right here on his channel. He's a new YouTuber. He got 665 subscribers. Let's try to help him get his first 1,000. He was there helping out when I was out there. He was watching my back, actually.
Me today are two fantastic brothers with Outside the Overton. I believe that's the flagship name of your guys' channel there. There's a focus group.
The focus group, yes.
Struggle session?
You saw the focus group where, like, I assume the people he brought on were the chapter leaders from probably some of the best universities in the country.
Yep.
And even their baseline conservative mentality was like coming from the optic of like, clearly, like, we need to support Israel. Maybe it's too much. Maybe we shouldn't support them when they blow up hospitals and kids. You know, so
Right.
Clearly the Overton window, the pendulum is swinging.
No,
I would
that's
tell you. I
exactly
would tell you
the
to take a deep breath real quick, and hold it, because it's coming. We're tired of this Weimar, and there is a faction that is coming up of. You can call them Nazi or National Socialist if you want to, but it's going to be a version that was able to combat Weimar Germany, because that's the inevitability of it.
Feels like
And
Dad
it's the
just
only-
slapped Mom at the dinner
It's the
table
only
right now.
provable. It's the only provable ideology that can actually fix the thing that is wrong with America.
What? Nazism?
Fourth Reich, Chuck, get on board.
What libertarian or conservative or any other ideology would have fixed Weimar Germany? We are fighting these battles, and we're continuously losing the war because we keep losing little battles. But it seems like y'all are fighting, and that's what we need.
I mean,
forward.
it's Zeb Boykin in the studio.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, Zeb?
Well, you're arguing for collectivism that we just don't have, and I think it's almost by nature that we don't have it.
Anybody dug a foxhole? Yeah, just a couple of you. I guess when they made us dig foxholes, I always ended up beside the tree. And you know what happens with trees on the ground. You start digging beside them. I hit every root. I think there was maybe one time where I didn't have a tree beside me, and that was we were on the hills of Spain. They weren't really hills; they were just big rocks. And by the time we got done with it, just looked like a rock igloo, and because there was nowhere to stack the rocks.
Like I said before, he had my back. He was watching my back as I was out there dealing with these crazy radical leftists.
Almost every judge that we have now, I would gauge upwards of 80% are all activists. The shared struggle of, let's say, boot camp and SY and the schools that indoctrinate you into this are a binding mechanism which immigrants don't have. And this isn't an individual thing, this is a generational thing, right? My ancestors fought in the wars. My ancestors helped build what is America in the 1800s. So it doesn't have to be necessarily me per se, but there has to be a ancestral understanding that this is what the soul of the nation is.
When our border is so porous that fentanyl is coming across and poisoning our communities, that's a big problem. When human trafficking, which I've done a lot of work on too, is prevalent in every single community all across this country, and the biggest culprit is the lack of security, a lack of a wall at the southern border. I think the federal government is asleep at the wheel. I think the Biden administration is definitely asleep at the wheel, and we really have to get back to a simple fix. Build the wall, make sure that we have adequate security, make sure that people come to this country legally. Right now people are coming in and we don't know who they are, and then they escape and they get fake aliases.
When you had Reagan, there was a much more cohesive center, and even less of a gap between the left and the right. These extremes didn't even exist. You have the Dixiecrats, the Blue Dog Democrats, all of these guys that are Republicans now that work together. I mean, you talk about bipartisanship. Now we can't do bipartisanship anything unless it's a specific country.
Joining us live from South Carolina, we got our boy Zeb Boykin. What's going on, Zeb?
What's up? What's up?
The Tyree killing in Memphis, along with many of his predecessors, is a person issue and not a training issue. When you hire thugs, you get thug activity. Surprise! And as it becomes more difficult to police the populace, the standards are lowered, the pay decreases, and everyone wants to act as if this is unexpected. Good cops are scared to enforce the law, minimum bail and lack of sentencing, cultural sensationalism, lower salaries means lower quality officers, and we have a lower quantity of officers due to the disdain across the board. So we end up with a paradox, where if you raise the standards, you end up with less officers than you have now. But we can't continue down the path of lowering the standard for the sake of diversity.
When my daddy was senator, the salary back then was $2,700 a year.
We need to get back to that number.
This is a conversation that we're going to have is a question of, are we nationalists or are we economic valueists, if you will? People that take the economy as an American win over taking a nation moving forward and providing for its children as a win. And you can't have both. You can't have an influx of H-1Bs and immigrants and birthright citizenship and everything else, and also not disenfranchise your children. Like a foundational American would be that which is Waspian and has roots and ancestry in America.
In State College, Zeb Boykin. What's going on, Zeb?
Glad to be here, man.
thought-
Pennsylvania's a vibe for sure.
It is a vibe. It is a vibe. So here we all are.
How much slower would you want it to be? I mean, right now we're at like 2,300 deportations a day. Like, how much slower would you want it to be? Like at this rate, we're not even going to reach 1 million in 4 years. So I mean, how much?
I don't care. I don't care if you can't follow the process. If you can't follow the law, the due process. Mr. Law and Order over here was like talking about following the law, but he doesn't give a shit about it apparently because they're not actually following the law. They're illegally doing this.
They are following the law. What's illegal about it?
They're absolutely not.
What?
So how?
Not,
Give me
having no
number.
ID and
Give me a
unmarked
daily
cars,
number.
grabbing people off the street is not following the fucking law. No, it's
Give
not.
me a daily
no
number.
law and
and
order
slow
in
down.
that.
0.
I'm less interested in quantity than I am quality.
And then you have people like Richard Dawkins that'll say, you know, I'm
Values are awesome.
Yeah. And so, and I'll follow that up with the application of the ideology reveals the truth of the ideology.
Black men do commit a disproportionate amount of violent crime in America, and Sharia law is simply not compatible with a first world democracy. That's just not, it is what it is. But people have this ego investment where if it doesn't benefit them or it criticizes their people, they feel some sense where they lack this ability to have critical thinking skills, right? And I think that's actually a sign of low IQ. Not being able to take yourself out of the situation and look at things objectively. Everything is subjective, and that's a skill set in itself.
So I wasn't joking when I said working with primates taught me more about people than anything else. And the younger generation is much more monkeyish, much more primate, much more ape-like, and they even in their language, like alpha. If when 15 years ago, if I had been like, hey, I'm an alpha, people would have been like, the fuck you talking about? You would have been laughed at. Should I pause it? You want to be famous? Pup? Hey, puppy. Come on up. Hey, what's your name? Can we interview you?
Yo, this is Outside the Overton. Zeb, he's in studio, but he's a little busy at the moment. He's burning the candle at both ends, getting that awesome intro together. Hope you guys liked it. It looks like all of y'all in the comments really enjoyed it. Stacking Coins, Esperon. Esperon says, Zeb sounded so young in the clip with the green shirt. I was thinking the same thing. That was like that was the show you used to have where I was telling you your logo. It kind of looked like Zaxby's. It looks like you were like doing a Zaxby's podcast.
Hold on, I'm coming on screen. I'm coming on screen, boys.
But Atlas Thug was in the chat singing our praises. Said he's listening to
What's
us
up,
at
brother?
work. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We got a little bit of
Happy
a rebrand today. It's not completely done. We ran into a lot more issues than I thought we would. So that's coming. Takes time. Intro was about 8 minutes long. I'm gonna run it up to 15. Got to add some more juice to it, man. Make it pop a little more, dude. When I was cutting up those clips, I thought the same exact thing. I think it may be the mic, but it was 2023, so that was what, 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
You serious?
I'm growing up, son.
Dude, that was like
I'm a big boy now.
That was probably like after I moved here, dude. That's crazy that you looked so different. You sounded so different. Did you go through puberty again?
Sounds like it. But it might have been the mic. That's why you need a good mic. I need to get me a mic like Atlas has. That's what I need.
Get
that deep voice.
Atlas has that sort of voiceovery type voice, you know.
He needs to go work. He needs to go work in radio too.
He should. He'd be good at it.
I gotta make chat bigger. I can't read anything. So, chat, we got a little bit we're gonna get into today. I want to cover the Aarvoll story. Aarvoll?
One more time. You want to try it again?
Aarvoll story.
Avril Lavigne.
And kind of compare and contrast that with some other things. Specifically the Ghislaine Maxwell. I mean, is she getting a pardon, Josh? I don't know.
Sure seems that way.
He said, Alice says, everyone accusing him of being AI. Dude, why is that so slow?
One day, man, one day we'll get it together. I could totally see that, though.
We're going to get this thing situated, and then we ain't going to mess with it again. That's what's going to happen. But we're going to dive into the Aarvoll thing. We're going to compare and contrast that with the Ghislaine Maxwell. We had Trump on a press tour. We had J.D. Vance kind of address the situation at the Cincinnati Jazz Festival. And I guess before we get into all of that, we're going to just kind of try to lay out what is outside the overton, what we're trying to accomplish here, Josh, because I don't think we've really done that yet, and kind of see where that leads us to. Before we do that, if you hadn't already, go ahead, like and subscribe if you're new here, and share it.
We appreciate it for sure.
So I'm gonna eat me tacos while we're doing this too. So
let's get right into it. So what is outside the Overton? And I'll say, I think that, like, you know, some of you guys have been here for a little while. Some of you guys are new, but Zeb and I started this podcast adventure back in very late January of this year. So we haven't been doing it for super long, but we've been doing it a little while, and it's changed a lot. You know, when we first started doing it, we didn't even have a name yet. We started the Pendulum podcast with you, me, and Rodney. Then we're doing our own content on the side, which is outside the Overton. And eventually Rodney, you know, he started doing his own show. He's kind of weaned off of doing stuff with us. So Pendulum podcast, which is what originally this was supposed to be all under the banner of Pendulum Media. And now that's kind of gone by the wayside, and it's exclusively outside the Overton now. And
they say it's choppy.
Uh-oh.
Give me 1 second. I don't know why it would be choppy. Give me a half a second.
No.
Like I said, we were having troubles
screen, but
a second ago. I'm about to just delete this whole thing that Josh just did.
Great.
And see if that helps. Ready, set, go. Does it help? No, I don't know. We got to fix the choppy though.
No, it still looks choppy, I think.
Y'all
Y'all freaking grown fast for that short of time, says 1989 Theology. Thank you, and we appreciate you guys. I'm kind of curious, and maybe we'll go into this a little bit on this Thursday, the call-in stream. But I'd like to hear some of y'all's stories about how y'all found us. I mean, I assume, you know, we just kind of got recommended to y'all on the For You page, but I want to hear, like, what was some of the initial thoughts like when you saw our ugly mugs come up on your computer screen for the very first time? But Zeb, he's kind of working on technical issues now, trying to make sure the stream's a little less choppy. But I think
I bet I do know why it's choppy.
Why is it choppy?
It's trying to run 4 or 5 4Ks at the same time.
Ooh, that'll do. So what do we do?
I don't know if it'll let me kill. I don't know if it'll let me kill the stream. Hold on.
Oh man, I don't know.
Edit? I can't.
I slept so bad on my neck last night. My neck is killing me. I need to go to a chiropractor. 1989 Theology says he found Zeb because of Saint Militant. Pour one out, LOL. I don't know what that means. Is that like a...
He was a nun. He had to back out of YouTube.
Oh.
Or Twitter.
Esperon says, I think I came across Zeb on X before. I found him on YouTube, but might have been about the same time. Can't recall. Willie PP says, hey, degenerates. Hey, Willie PP, how are you? Hope you're all doing well. Today, you know, we're gonna be going over. Wow, it is cutting out like crazy. But we were mainly focused on the rebrand over the weekend. I appreciate some of you guys were there for my Fantastic Four movie review. I appreciate those of y'all that showed the love for that. We are kind of branching off. I'm kind of trying to do like we've talked about it before. Zeb and I are going to be doing our Outside the Overton podcast, but eventually we're going to spread into doing our own individual show content. I'll be producing Zeb's show that he does solo. He'll be producing mine that I do solo. And so we'll probably, instead of doing Outside the Overton every single day, we'll do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday, Zeb can do his show. Thursday, I can do mine, vice versa.
I don't know.
And I'm working on, like, I don't know if y'all watch Anthony Cumia's show. I kind of want it to be in that style. I like just like quick fire review type stuff. Oh, pull up this video. We'll take a look at that. You know, that kind of content. I think I'd enjoy that. You don't want to do a solo show?
Yeah, no, I was talking about, I don't know what the issue is. I think it's just trying to stream to too many places at one time. We're going to have to cut that down anyway. Willie PP, here I am. Y'all are just going to have to deal with a little bit of choppiness today. Sorry. As long as the audio is good, y'all will be fine.
They come here for our faces. Let's be real.
That's right. And mustache, which you don't have.
I'm working on it. 6 months down. It's coming in.
I guess it'll be a more personal thing. I'll try to pull up some of the videos and we'll see if they can play. If not, we'll deal with it as it comes. But like I said, we're going to get into, what is Outside the Overton. Obviously, it is a little bit of a play on words. We're talking about the Overton window. I believe we're outside of it, at least for now, because it is shifting. Right, we talked about Charlie Kirk the other day having the struggle session. We talked about that on Atlas Stream. Charlie Kirk having a struggle session with all of his head TPUSA college guys. And he wasn't having it, man.
The focus group.
The struggle session, right? And so this is what we're doing. We're outside of the Overton. We're trying to break this window, trying to defenestrate some people out of the 15th story building, right?
You're not going to make that work.
Defenestrate. I just did.
It's not working.
It just worked.
I don't think it's working.
But yeah, I mean that's what we're trying to do. I mean, obviously there's a little bit of thing going on, breaking the window, right? On Twitter, there's a community if y'all want to join that too. It's called Beyond the Pane, PANE, the window pane, right? And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring everybody to our side, or at least convince them that we aren't evil, Josh. We're so evil because we're outside of the norm.
Yeah, and that's something we were talking about Atlas Thugged with on his show. Is it's like, where do we go from here? Like we were kind of our political views, our social views, are even among Christians was almost outside the norm. But now they're becoming more and more mainstream. So where do we go from here? How optical do we need to be? What kind of strategy do we need going forward about getting the message out there? I mean, I clearly, tooting our own horns here, we got a very nice studio. Like in terms of production quality, maybe not today, but in terms of like audio, video quality, the setup of our studio, it's really professional. It looks good. It's not just some guy's webcam. You know what I mean? But like on top
Shots
of that,
fired.
Shots fired at who?
Atlas. I'm messing with him, man.
No, he's good. He's got that. He's got the lighting. He's got a good camera quality. It's
dude. He's got the editing down, man. He's got it figured out.
Yeah, he's good.
But yeah, we're just trying to build something, something to platform off of, and like we've been talking about before, we've kind of gone down this road a few times. I'm trying to get out of the hood. I guess let me put myself on screen. Like we've gone down this road before. We're just trying to create something, work together with people, and try to build a parallel, if you will, of media. I do want to mention Rift TV, which is Elijah Schaefer's thing. They brought on Right Response Ministry. They brought on a couple of other guys. They have a journalist at the White House is going to do a show for them. So those guys over there, they're growing, man. Good on them. I mean, that's what's needed. I mean, like I think I've said before, I don't agree with with them 100%, but I don't think we need to when it comes down to this, right? We just need to have something halfway cohesive to work together to. Is it still choppy? Yes. All right. Something halfway cohesive to move forward with. So, anything else you want to mention, Josh?
I mean, we're kind of figuring it out as we go. We got a couple irons. What's the expression? Irons in the fire as we speak. There's a lot to look forward to.
What is going on here? Chat, we are
this. Yeah, today. This is and now we're back to the old format. But
well, we're gonna have to do a little bit of the old format, I think.
Yeah, be patient with us.
Yeah, be patient today.
We
not expecting.
We hit a last minute unexpected snag with the technical aspect of things, so we appreciate the patience. Trigger warning says Elijah has 9 Israeli lives. That's pretty funny. It's kind of funny. Zeb was not trash talking him, but Zeb, we basically mentioned Elijah the other day, and then apparently, like a little behind the scenes, you were able to get back in contact.
This thing's actually
with him.
pissing me off, Josh.
I can tell you get that. Oh God! Wow, I'm retarded today. Furred brow.
We're good now.
Now the question is that a woman's skeleton?
I don't know. It was a tranny.
It is today.
It was a tranny. We're gonna make this work somehow, one way or another. Give me about 2 seconds. See us, chat. You see it's showing up gray. That's supposed to be a window, like a browser window, and it's not doing it.
Trigger warning says he unsubscribed last week.
And then say catching up 6 minutes. Nothing to catch up on. Dude, why is this thing not working? It was working before, at least on this aspect. Now it's not even pulling it up. So it's still stuck on. Let's do this. Boom. Bang. It's still doing it. Unless it's on the other screen.
Willie Peepee said men that dress like women and then sent a heart emoji. What are you on, Willie Peepee? No, I'm just teasing. But yeah, we talked a little bit last week. I don't want to jump the gun because I know Zeb kind of prepared a little bit today. But we're working on some behind the scenes stuff. But today we're kind of going back. The truth is this Epstein stuff, it's not going away. And I'm kind of curious what y'all think. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Like clearly, because I'm caught between two worlds here where it's like, it's a good thing that it is getting this much attention. It's a good thing that people care this much about it. But, I appear to be frozen. Oh, now I'm not unfrozen. But like what are we coming up? Like almost 3 weeks? In not long, it'll be a month of Donald Trump having to play ball with the whole Epstein the whole Epstein story, him trying to cover it up essentially. And now he's not pardoned Jizzy Maxwell, but he has given her amnesty to a certain extent, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Zeb, you good over there? You think you figured it out? Zeb says this. What? That's crazy. Tyrone Jefferson says rough watch.
It is a rough watch. It shouldn't be like this bad.
Go watch some basketball, homie. Nah, I'm teasing. What do we do? Do we kill it and then restart? What's the plan here?
I might kill it and then we can come over here.
Okay. All right. That's what happens when you try to do a complete overhaul in one weekend. The computer gets a little mad at us. Can't even have his tacos. This show deserves 200,000. You want? It did come over there? 1989 Theology says we need 6 million viewers. I'd settle for 271,000.
Dual lives going right now?
Do you?
I think so. Hold on.
Is that the problem?
No, because I just started this one. Yeah, I have dual lives going, I think. No, it's still on you. What if it'll span to me as soon as I do this? This space getting low. Okay, cool. Finish. How do I send? What if I just kill? You can't lie.
Atlas